Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading, and this is for the end of the month of June. And you, Taurus, are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Taurus, we all have a little bit of Taurus in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, what house is Taurus in? That might give you further information as to where this information is most prominent for you. Also, this is timely readings, so if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and that is for the entire reading. We have the Hermit. The Hermit is talking about, after a dark night of the soul, when your foundation has been shaken, he climbs the mountain to isolate himself because he wants to be alone and be able to feel what to do next. And so he communes with the Most High. And when his lantern is full of the star of the light of the North Star, he then climbs down from the mountain and he takes action. And we have the sun. So this is always a good sign when the sun shows up in a reading. It means that this is the happiest card in the deck, and it's shining happiness and truth and light on the entire reading. So this is showing the sun represents God's energy. This is you on your pony here as a child of God, totally free, no reins, no saddle, fearless, and carrying this heavy banner with ease because this is like your destiny. And we have all these sunflowers in the background on the wall, and they're turning with the sun and absorbing the warmth and the happiness of the sun. So this is for the internal forces in this reading, which is in the bottom of this reading here, of this spread. The very first position we have is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, Pentacles in tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional world. This is talking about being very busy. And so this can be talking about multitasking, which is a great skill to have. But it's saying be really careful that you don't just be busy for the sake of being busy. Like where you're multitasking to the point where you are, it keeps gaining momentum and you never have a time when you're not multitasking. And it's saying because that could lead to quantity and less quality in your work. And this is also talking about options, especially in the pentacle energy. So the pentacles, they are in the shape of a coin. They represent the element of air. And of course, you need money to be happy in the third dimensional world. But this is more than money, because you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. So this is more about lifestyle. And it's saying, juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. This is how you are right now. So you're feeling pretty busy and multitasking a lot, and you might be working on a major project or something. So let's keep going and see what else is going on here. This is talking about, this could be saying this busy energy. This cycle is either it is just starting that you became this busy. I feel this is where you were before, and this is a new energy coming in. This is in a year abundance. So I feel that maybe all the multitasking and all the hard work that you were doing is now paying off, and you're in a new cycle. And so this energy can be talking about the Fool is taking a leap of faith on a new cycle. He has very little baggage. This is saying that, he has completed the last cycle, and he's about to start this new one with very little, but he does have tattered sleeves. So this is talking about moving forward with the knowledge that you've gained from the last cycle, and congratulations, you managed to have just this little bundle of leftover work to do from the last cycle. And we have this energy talking about the energy of the Nine of Swords is basically, it can be considered like a never-ending nightmare, a cycle that just keeps repeating. This person's waking up in the middle of the night, or they can't sleep because they're so anxious. But this also sometimes just can represent crushing boredom. And a big part of that is because this is kind of that groundhog energy where it can just be like bored with the same old cycle, the same old new. And so you have new energy coming in here. So if this is what you were looking for, I'd say that it was because you wanted to put an end to this. Now, if this is boredom, then this new cycle is beginning. And so you'll be able to let this go. Or sometimes this can represent something that's out of your control and that you're having to deal with. And, you know, sometimes if we've gone and isolated with God, and done meditation and prayer, we start to get feedback from, you know, from our intuition and through our dreams and just through aha moments. And so this could be representing you waking up in the wee hours of the morning and having like, I understand what to do, but you're trying to remember the steps of action that you were shown to be able to do so. It says the universe does have you covered. We have cosmic symbols on this quilt showing that. But it's saying you are going to have to leave your comfort zone and like go on a new cycle, do things in a different way, and you know, move forward. You're going to have to leave bed, get out of bed. That's the energy. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is the most that you can get in tarot. This is like ultimate, you know, in your lifestyle, in a perfectly imperfect world. And so it's raining money. You've hit the golden buzzer, or they've put it that you have had the golden buzzer for yourself after performing here. And it looks like, you know, you were busy doing that. This is in your communication from early life. So maybe all your life I'm just picking up an energy that you've had a busy life. Like you might be one of those children that had a lot of activities after school and, you know, did a lot of sports or a lot of after school activity is what I'm picking up. And then we have this energy talking about this paying off in many ways because, you know, you've developed a lot of talents, I feel, from that. And it's causing you, like this is the Ten of Pentacles is when, you know, you have the partner you want to have, you have the home, you have where you want it, you have children that you want, and like this, you know, the pets, and you even have time to, you know, you're not as busy anymore. This is where it's leading to. And so this is talking about your emotional foundation now. This is what you want. And this card sometimes can represent a windfall coming in after hardship in an unexpected way. So we'll keep that in mind as well. This is going to, for sure, this is giving you a passion for new discovery. The aces, when they come in, are talking about brand new energy coming in and a passion, you know, feeling passionate about life again, about moving forward, getting excited to wake up in the morning and say, yay, I get to start a new day, and really being in a good way about where you're going. The wands, they do represent the element of fire, and so they are made of wood because wood fuels the fire. So this is talking about taking passionate action. This is in your creativity, your romance, and children. So if you don't have children or, you know, a family of your own as of yet, this could be talking about heading in that direction. And then we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, this energy is one of four queens in the minor arcana, and this is talking about someone who's, you know, she represents love. Now, this would be someone that would be most likely in a traditional marriage. Her cup is like a big trophy. Like this is really, family matters a lot to her, and lifestyle and looking after the home, that type of energy, which is not unusual at all for the Taurus energy. The Taurus energy loves to have a beautiful home and, you know, have the children and the pets and the neighbors and just being in that energy of a happy home kind of energy. It's really important to Taurus energy to have this feeling of safety and comfort in their home life, and being in an energy of, making sure their finances are secure, etc. And so this is talking about your daily routine habits and, like the way your health, the way you feel. So it's really good if there is some sort of anxiety here from your childhood. I feel this is about performance. Maybe your parents were, you might have been even be an only child, that type of energy where your parents, co-piloted really closely with you. Like sometimes parents, like I'm just picking up this energy of someone that, like, they were very proud of you probably because you were accomplished, but they had you in a lot of activities to prove it. And I feel like that might be kind of an energy that maybe you're tired of it, and you're ready to kind of go in a little bit of a different direction and be more of a homebody type, and not be out there always having to prove yourself. That's the energy I'm picking up. Right now with the Taurus energy, especially if you start having young children, it's great if you can be home with them. And then we have the energy of the external forces. Now, the internal forces, you'll know it's an internal force. You have control over your internal forces. It's about whether, you can't control what the external forces are a lot of the time. You can't control the economy. You can't control, whether what other people say or do, or whether they love you or they don't love you. And but you can control the internal forces, whether or not you are going to respond to that energy or react. And that can be the difference between having a real strong outcome and having a weak one. So then we've got the energy for, we want to go for the underlying energy first from the bottom of the deck. And we have judgment coming in. So this is talking about judgment from the Most High over maybe this situation that has you stressed out. Like there's not a whole lot of stressful energy except for here. So maybe something with this dark night of the soul, whatever happened, that looks like what it is going to be on judgment. And maybe you've been really busy because of something that happened. And now this is coming to an end. That you're going to start being able to chill out a little bit more. That was the energy that I was feeling. And the judgment is being called on the spiritual realm, and then it's brought down to the physical. So this is the Most High. The angel is trumpeting their horn, and the ancestors are literally climbing out of their boxes. The ones that have crossed the veil, they're so excited that that judgment is being called. So sometimes this can represent something that happened a long time ago, and it may even be leftover karma or something from your ancestors that, they maybe weren't able to clear their own shift up before they left crossed the veil. And then the descendants who are across here waving back to them saying, because it needs to be cleaned up for the bloodline. And so this energy, some sort of judgment is being called over something that has happened here. But the external forces coming in are, we have, this is I feel like your life is generally happy, but there's something that happened. Maybe you're not even that aware of what this is, but it's coming in. It could have even been when you were young. So we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is a cup of new love coming into, and this is partnerships, commitments, and spousal energy. So this could be saying there's, there's some energy coming towards you after all this work you've put into something to have this cup coming in. Like we've already got an ace coming in for the wand energy, and now this is saying, here's a passionate new love for you. Straight from the divine. You see the dove here? This is talking about an overflowing unconditional love, and the water lilies are growing out of the mud. So maybe, I don't know, I'm just picking up this energy that you might be, have been in several relationships that maybe were not, like you didn't feel that safe in some ways, or judgmental relationships. And so from the external forces, Maybe your parents didn't approve of who you were dating or whatever that is. So this energy could be talking about someone new coming into your life that really is going to bring peace to you. And out of the mud comes the water lilies that grow on top, and they are, like very beautiful flowers. So it's about the beauty coming out of the hardship. And then we have the Page of Swords. So the pages in tarot represent communication or information coming in, and each of them has an element. This is the element of air. That's what the swords represent: your thoughts, mental intelligence, and discipline of your mind. So these swords are two-edged. This is talking about your logic and your intuition. Now, the pages would work for the king and the queen around 7 to 14, which may sound really young, but back in those days, the life expectancy was about half of what it is now. So it really isn't that young. They would, start to work out of necessity. But this would be a real coup for them and their family, because it would be a way better job than anybody else would, like dressed in finery. And their main job was to run communication back and forth. And of course that would always be in person, but nowadays you don't need to be waiting for a page to show up at your door to get for this information to come in, or this communication. It could very easily just be a telephone call. It could be a text message. You might see an email. You could have something arrive in the post. Also, maybe you're on social media, someone messages you, or you see an event posted, and then you go to the event and you run into the perfect person, with the information or the communication that you need. And so that's basically, also it's a good idea to pay attention, like for even 5 minutes a day, what's going on at the top of the pyramid of the world leaders, what's going on in the different countries. That could give you ideas for business and trends, and it's good to know what's going on. Whatever's happening at the top definitely is going to be affecting everybody below on some level. This is also sometimes, this can just represent a breath of fresh air coming into your life, which is what I really feel is happening here with this new passion for discovery. And this can represent you wanting to, you have an aha moment about something, and it's like, oh, there, how something will be on the edge of your mind, and then you finally get it. And that's when that happens, generally that's when our intuition is talking to us, because you're not even thinking about it when the time happens. You might be doing dishes or something, and then it hits you like 2 days later, oh, that's the answer. And so it's that aha moment. And that's because the page here, he's not looking at the sword. He's looking, he already knows the logical question. He's looking away from it because he wants to think outside the box with his intuition and get the answer that's a more creative solution. And the reason, the age could be significant sometimes. It could be talking about something that happened with the ancestors here, that happened when you were under the age of 21, like someone maybe that you knew from elementary school, high school, or you were at that age, starting out college, university, starting work. It could be someone from that time frame that is, bringing in the information, or it could be about, something that happened around that time, and maybe you don't remember it, or it didn't seem significant at the time. But now this information is coming in. And this is about a transition. So it's talking about a transition in your energy from this. You're going to find out if something's keeping you awake at night that you're worried about. You'll find the answers to it, I feel, in a more original way. And this is through discernment. So the Queen of Swords is one of 4 queens in the Minor Arcana. And she is considered to be the coldest of all queens. Quite often, she might even be divorced or separated. She has her left hand out, saying, "I'm willing to receive all this happiness and, this a new beginning, all of this energy." But she's been there, done that, and has the T-shirt. And she's saying, "You better come in correct to me, or don't bother even coming to talk to me at all." She is not in the mood for bullshit. She has been there, done that, has the T-shirt, has a souvenir hanging on her wall to remind her how much she doesn't ever want to be in that energy again. And so she has a her right hand, the sword is in her right hand, and she's ready to wield it. You better off with your head if you come into her with a bunch of nonsense. And so she has her head above the clouds. She knows exactly, she has clarity as to the direction she wants to go now, and she knows what she is willing and what she is not willing to put up with. So this energy is coming in, talking about, this is your higher learning. And then we have, like this energy has propelled you, I feel, into, like, this is talking about this energy coming in, whatever you've been dealing with. And I do feel like part of this is just having been like very busy as a child in those ways that I described, and feeling kind of like, man, I've been that, like, being a child was a full-time job, like, in some ways. That's the energy I'm picking up. And so this is talking about all of this has actually propelled you forward into a way that now you're at pre-Empress energy. The Empress is in the major arcana, and it represents a status of having lived a lot of life and having enough life experience now that you have embodied the qualities of all four queens from the minor arcana. This is almost there. And so the good news is, whatever you've been going through, whatever's been happening in your life up to this point, it is pushing you forward into a new cycle if you make the choice, to look after yourself. Number one here is what it's saying, look after yourself. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a lot, like, you have a lot of pentacles and an upgrade in your lifestyle coming in, both from the external forces and the internal forces. And this is talking about, all the work that you've done as a child and as an adult is starting to pay off, and you have learned discernment. Like, this is saying, that's your element, is the element of earth. So this is saying that you have learned a lot about discernment. If you have ever heard of Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor and genius, he would say, if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And what I feel he was referring to is like this ratio of understanding, there's 3 pentacles here, there's 6 here, 9 in total. But she has her hand on this 6, and she knows this is what I need to pay this percentage of what I have. Oh my goodness. So that's some energy clearing there. She has her hand on that because she knows that this is what I have to pay my bills, meet my requirements for my business, my home life, and have a little left over for in case of emergency. Then this energy, she has these other 3 left over here now. This is 1/3. And maybe one of these pentacles she's going to use for a more risky investment to build her financial portfolio. And if it's not successful, she would still have the, she's not going to lose her ability to pay her bills or anything like that. And then maybe another one is for charity, and another maybe saving up for a holiday for the family or some sort of energy like that. But this is talking about your career and reputation. So it's talking about people looking at you and seeing you as being a successful person, that, that you have, that they admire you for your ability to be able to look after your shift, basically. And we have a lover coming through here now. So this is in blessings. So I feel like this is talking, you've got passion coming in, and you've got a promise of new love. And now this discernment, now that you have this discernment, you'll know, quite often when God sends someone to us, this is like a divine partner and it might not be the type that we usually would date. And this is saying to you, that's because your type ends up disappointing you quite often. Let go of your type. Keep an open mind. Use your discernment, because this is someone coming in that is like God approved, basically has the stamp of approval from God. Someone that's meant to make you very happy and you to make them very happy. The cloud in between says that, like, it could be that saying, hey, this is a new a new type of person that you're dating, but it also could mean that you have never met this person before, or maybe you haven't seen them for a long time. This is an energy of, you know, either you don't know them, but this is saying you haven't had a relationship, like an intimate relationship with this person before. You may have met way back when, you know, like at the pages age, 7 to 21. But, you know, you know, whatever happened, you haven't seen them since then. Or it could be talking about someone maybe that you haven't seen for 7 years, 14 years, or 21 years. Sometimes that's just a little clue coming in. And then we have this energy of use your intuition at this time, like the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, she sits on her throne by God's side. And she is sitting in between these two pillars. One is, these are two extremes. And so all of this in the background here is information coming in. And, you know, information equals energy. So it's a lot of energy. And so these days, with all the ways that we can have information come in, it can be overwhelming at times. And that, you know, like knowing what to do and what not to do when there's so many choices, that kind of energy. So this is saying use your intuition, and it's especially very powerful at the moon cycles. Now, we did just have a new moon in Gemini, and that was 2 days ago. So we're still sitting in that energy a bit. This is a great time to start new projects, like let it, you know, like move forward, give an indication that that's what you want to do, basically. And she manages all this information because she becomes neutral to both extremes. And then she is able to feel in her heart, okay, what is the best for me? Which is the best way to go about this? Like, what is the best answer for me at this time? And she's sitting between two major extremes. This is Jesus and the devil. So it's talking about making strong choices. It's talking about secrets coming out in this position. And this is your spiritual needs as well as your physical needs. So this is really, there's a lot of promise here for you. Stay on, you know, stay on your path, basically. You have, look at this, you have like, you know, the happiest card in the deck. You have 2 aces coming in, this promise of a new lover, or this can sometimes be injecting new love in the relationship that you have. If there was something that happened in the past, and there was money missing or something went wrong, that is going to be brought back to you. So this is really good. It's saying continue to use your intuition because God is speaking to you. You've asked for help. Here it is, basically. So really, really good reading, Taurus. And we're going to see the end of June. We don't have a whole lot happening, which is kind of a relief because there's been a lot of astrological energy from the beginning of this year. And it's kind of settling down a bit. I mean, we're dealing with a lot of that new energy still. It's in, 6 planets moved into Aries during a 6-month period, basically. And like Neptune is going to be in Aries for 14 years. We also had Gemini, Uranus move into Gemini for the next 7.5 to 8 years. And that's bringing out the truth in a lot of situations. So there's a lot going on astrologically, but nothing that new. Although we do have Mercury going into retrograde, and that's happening on the 29th. You might already be feeling that. So just be aware that, we also have a full moon on that same day. The full moon is in the sign of Cancer, and so is the retrograde of Mercury about communication is in the sign of Cancer. A lot of home energy, like matters of the home, matters of the heart, matters of coming into yourself as well, like allowing yourself to go after your authentic desires and being yourself, as much as you can be. And we're going to clarify this with my oracle now. So my whoops, I grabbed the wrong deck here. So this is actually one of the paintings. This is an ink drawing, but it's a reproduction on canvas. I did one for each of the 12 signs of the zodiac here. And so this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I have completed all the paintings in 2007, and then in 2020, I started it in 2007, and in 2020 I completed the paintings. But I've just had time now to dedicate to doing this channel so that I could, get some information how this works in action. Whoa, look at all these vertical cards here. Okay, so the numbers on these cards represent the paintings on my website, talesfromthevector.com, and in my gallery, the paintings are listed. This is the numbers of them, the order they're in. I will put that in the description box below, and it's talesfromthevector.com. That information will be in the box below in case you want to take a look at it. Now, again, we say we have God's judgment coming in right here. Look at that. Definitely, whatever happened that caused you to kind of go into this dark night of the soul, this is saying your heart is now unfettered. And this is cosmic justice. And so for, it's talking about things being put back in order, in divine order, in God's order, in God's plan. And this is talking about, there was something happened that I feel that has degraded your energy. Was, I feel like, because this is external forces, or the internal forces, the happiness, it feels like something came in and they want it, this could be people, places, whatever happened, there was an energy that wanted to degrade your energy. You were too happy or too satisfied with life or whatever, and it bothered some people around you. So they went out of their way to let's bring her down, or let's bring him down a notch or two. Who do they think they are, being so damn happy? That type of energy. And then the Hierophant, it's talking about the traditional structure of justice. The Hierophant brings justice in from the spiritual realm down to the physical realm. And so this is talking about, bringing that justice on a spiritual level. If you're a religious person, that would be like your religious leaders of your church or your religion, gurus, rabbis, popes, cardinals, bishops, that type of energy. If you're more on the spiritual side, you would be more like looking at meditation and prayer, like isolating and going to the mountain to without an intermediary, connecting directly to source energy. And then that being brought down to the traditional structures of the planet so that, that the legal systems of the different countries can deal with it. This has required a lot of strength for you. It always does, to have the strength and the integrity to take a good, hard look at yourself. Like, what can I do differently to get on a different cycle and move forward? Tired of being always having to juggle, your time, your money, your energy. And then this Temperance is talking about having devotion to your destined path. This is talking about earth angel energy. In the Bible, it says that God sends down 144,000 angels to the planet. And this is like a high vibrating, energy in a human being that is adding their own special qualities to add more beauty and fairness and kindness to the world. And Temperance is about having devotion to your path and being devoted to that, keeping your temper, like having the calmness about you. Because just if you can't believe in yourself, it's sometimes better not to. Then you can have faith in God's plan and faith in your journey. We have the Moon energy coming in. This is reckless abandon, WRECK. And this is talking about when you discipline your mind, then it gives you freedom to be able to move forward. And disciplining your mind allows you to be quiet when you want it quiet, allows you to go for your heart, for your authentic desires. And we have the Taurus energy. You're representing yourself here in this reading, so that's always a good sign. It's about this passion for new discovery, like wanting to wake up in the morning and being excited about your day again. We have, and like this is this passionate love coming in here. So, exciting energy coming in. We have jealousy. So there could have been some jealousy here You might even be jealous of yourself. At one time you felt way better, and then you got into this energy. Something happened here. Clearly something was unfair. And this is saying, I'd rather be better than bitter. So moving forward, sometimes this can represent sibling rivalry. And it's sitting on the maternal energy. So sometimes this can represent DNA, adoption, fostering. It could be some sort of energy around that with the information coming in. Then we have for the judgment, let's see what the underlying energy. Lack of awareness. So never underestimate the power of willful ignorance and missed opportunities. Sometimes, we just don't want to see the truth because it's too painful to look at, or we're scared we won't be able to handle it. So sometimes, lack of awareness, it's like we know, but we don't really want to know. So we don't pay attention to our intuition as much as we could. And then it does cause missed opportunities, but it's not just that. It can be dangerous because sometimes your inner system is warning you, hey, pay attention to this. And luckily, there hasn't been a tower here. It's just kind of, you had the good sense to, climb that mountain. And you don't literally have to climb a mountain. It's about isolating yourself. But look at the tower did come in. This deck is saying, oh no, there was a tower. So that's the dark night of the soul. So there's something. Now, this is sitting on the external forces, though. I feel this is more, if there was some sort of energy, when you're dealing with your internal forces, the question is, what if this happens? What if they do this and then I have to do that? What if I don't do this? Then are they going to do this? It's that type of energy. And this is sitting right on your relationships, partnerships, and commitments. So I was picking up this energy that in the past, you may even be divorced, because we do have the Queen of Swords here. It could be that energy because the people that you were choosing to have as your significant others, in the people in your inner circle, all of that energy, there was a problem with it. And so when the tower hits, it's when that voice is saying to us, these people are jealous of you. That's what it's saying, basically. And so these are karmic spaces that we can fall into. And we don't want to see the people that we care about in our inner circle like that. And that may sound weird that your significant other could be jealous of you, but it does happen. A male and female. And then we have the Cancer energy here. And so this is talking about, the moon, is in Cancer. And also that's coming up on the 29th. And Mercury, which represents the energy of communication, is going retrograde on the 29th on the same day. So I'm going to be doing a reading about a bonus reading for the full moon in Cancer, and just being aware. You might be starting to feel that miscommunication thing. So just be aware of it. A lot of people say the Mercury retrograde is like a very difficult time. But if you use that energy wisely, there can be a lot of technological difficulties, etc. There could be differences. People don't quite hear you right, or you don't take what they say right. So just being aware of that, and then also realizing it's not the best time to start a new project, but it's a really good time to look into starting a new project. So just sort of taking a step back and reassessing where you're at. And I just want to point out, other than when your own energy shows up in a reading, when the horoscope signs show up in a general collective reading like this, I'm not talking about, it was a Cancer that did it, or, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about this energy of the state of being of each of the signs. If you get your birth chart done, you'll see you have all of or most of the signs in your chart, and they're somewhere in there. And you can learn a lot from that energy. There's a little bit of the signs in us all. And so that's my goal, is to use it more for the strengths and weaknesses of a particular sign. In your own situation here, you could be saying, no, it was a Cancer that, I divorced or whatever. And that could absolutely be possible, but use your intuition. I just want you to be aware that's not my intention here with these readings. And so, except for with the exclusion, when you show up in your own reading, that's always a really good sign. And then we have attachment. So attachment is about another karmic space, and this is coming from the external forces. And I think you've learned, like, this is saying that other people were attached to something that was yours. And what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. Well, that doesn't sound very fair. And then we have destruction. This is the energy of, when people say, oh, we're all in it together, and they smile in your face, but behind your back, they're doing everything to, hey, this is a lot of coins. And they're saying, they might be in this energy of jealousy. I deserve that more than them. I should have that. And they can convince themselves of that. It's, and some people just are not, they have to tear down other people to be able to make themselves feel better. And that's not the best way to go about it, for sure. We have anger also. So there's a lot of karma being cleared. That might be why look at this, because this is talking about your ancestors, the bloodline being cleared. So you're not just doing this for yourself, you're also doing it for your bloodline. We've got jealousy, we've got lack of awareness, attachment to other people's shift, anger regarding that. So, and anger is the gift that keeps on giving. And quite often people will use anger to motivate themselves and others. But the thing is that, when I say it's the gift that keeps on giving, angry people raise angry people. And, anger is acidic and it's really tiring, and so there's way better ways to motivate yourself. And by the time it gets passed down, great grandmother, something happened to her, so grandmother is still pissed off, and so is your mother's pissed off too. And now all her children are pissed off, but nobody even met great-great-grandmother, you know what I mean? And so, and can't even, why are we mad again? Why are we so angry? It's that sort of energy. And we also have Leo. So this is talking about that I feel you're going to be stepping into a lot more confidence. And Leo is the energy of leading, and that is also ruled by the sun. So again, it's bringing in that energy, saying that this is going to be a really, really good energetic upgrade for you. So this is a really good reading. So far, so good. All right, I do hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for your likes and comments. Consider subscribing if you resonate. It's been really helping me build my channel, and I appreciate it a lot. All right, bye for now.